All right, I'm here with Mitch White. Mitch, tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself and tell us where you train.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I train at Gracie 717 under my coach Christian Carr. I met Christian I think 5 or 6 years ago at work, and he's the one that kind of got me into this. So um, yeah, I've been training there ever since. And then I'm a big time hunter from Lancaster, PA, so love hunting, fishing. Just a lot of outdoor stuff.
Very good, very good. So when you first met Christian, did he say, "Hey, someday you could be a fighter," or "Hey, why don't you come to the gym and try this out"? How did that happen?
It's funny. Most friendships that start out that become great friendships always end up I didn't like the guy. So, Christian was just starting his MMA career out, and I was like, oh, you know how you are. You're like, this guy's not tough. And then I watched one or two of his fights, and working together, we just became good friends. And I had a little bit of boxing experience. It wasn't anything crazy. I went to Nye's way back in the day. So he was like, yeah, you should come in and, give it a try sometime. And I was like, why not? And then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah. Oh, very cool, very cool. And you have two fights, right? Am I correct there?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct.
So one was maybe a couple years ago. I think it was Karol Lipinski, if I recall correctly. But that one did not go your way. But certainly this last one, you look pretty impressive. Let's talk about that fight a little bit in December.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, a big change from what I fought in 2021, I believe. Coming straight out of COVID, we had maybe 10 guys in the gym, to now we got 30 people in the gym. It's a great gym. So, everybody in the gym's been a big reason for me being the way I am, especially Christian and Jake Kelly. Training with those guys has been a big improvement. So just working hard, making sure I'm, exercising every day. It's been my cardio. I feel like I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in. And it's all thanks to those guys. It's been a big, thanks to everyone. So.
Right. When you said Jake Kelly, that star on your chest there lit up.
Yeah, I had to make sure it's on.
That's awesome. And of course, people who don't know Jake, Jake's an outstanding kickboxer in his own right. Christian Carr is a great kickboxer, and he's a pro MMA fighter now. And Josh Carr, who works our commentary team, he's not working a commentary team for this fight. He was a kickboxer back in the day. So you got a lot of cool guys there at the gym, and 717 puts out a lot of great fighters. How about Jared coming up February 22nd in Pottstown? Have you looked at any of his tapes? He came from a boxing background, maybe more extensive than you because he had a couple fights, and now he's in the kickboxing world. I think he came up short in his last fight, but a very good fight, very tough guy. Have you scouted him out, and what do you think of him?
Yeah, I've only watched one of his fights, and that was when he fought Joe Morgan. I was supposed to fight Joe, so I had watched the fight thinking I was fighting Joe, and then Jared had stepped up. So it was kind of, I got to see them both at the same time anyways. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm an amateur. I never underestimate anybody. It could go any way, but, I always think that I'm going to do well in my performance. So.
Right. Very good. Very good. And does your training routine change when you're preparing specifically for an opponent or specifically for a fight, or is it just always business as usual there at the gym?
Yeah, definitely for a fight. It's my dad comes to the gym now. I kind of convinced him to start coming in about a year ago, and he's, I think, worse than I am in that sense, and making sure I'm good to go, that I'm up to speed and pad work, and he is just on me about everything. So when it's fight week, I got a whole nother guy in my ear telling me I need to do this, I need to do that. And even though I'm not slacking, I feel like I'm slacking because he's making me do everything.
Right. That's awesome. Do you get to spar with your father? Is that the?
He occasionally he'll spar. He's in his 50s, so he doesn't like to spar all the time. But sometimes it's nice to punch him in the face every once in a while.
I'm sure he feels the same way about you. That's awesome. So what does a typical training week look like for you? How many days are you in the gym? What are you doing? How much of it's hard sparring? How much of it's work? You doing road work? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm usually in the gym about 5 or 6 days a week. Where I spar probably twice a week. And then I'm in the gym 2 to 3 days a week, and then the other days I'm jogging. I'm doing some other type of cardio, maybe a little bit of weightlifting. But it's mostly cardio throughout the week if I'm not at the kickboxing gym.
Very good, very good. And so, as you won your last fight, has anything changed since then? What adjustments have you made moving forward, just in your own personal growth, if anything?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything crazy. I mean, my cardio is definitely a little better since then. I've noticed that. But I don't think I've changed anything fight wise. Maybe my fight style has grown a little bit better, but nothing crazy. I definitely feel good. Cardio's definitely improved, so that's a big thing.
The when you fought the last card, both you and your opponent had a lot of people there cheering and and getting you wound up. How does that feel? How is that different than in the gym when it's just your dad or Christian Carr yelling at you? When you got all those people cheering for, what is that feeling like?
Yeah, I mean it's a great feeling seeing people there, but it's also a a heart sinking moment because you don't want to let people down. I coming off of a loss to get back into a fight, it's like, you got a lot of things running through your head. Like, man, I can't lose. What if this happens? What if this happens? And I'm sure Austin was having, the same type of thoughts in his head. But it's always great to see everybody, especially then coming off a win. Everybody's just as excited as you are.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And Austin was a great fight too, and you were able to finish him. Looking forward to this fight. Were you looking for a finish in your last fight? Will you be looking for a finish in this fight? How do you see this one going?
Yeah. I mean, that's always, that's always a hope is, some type of finish. And yeah, I would think so. I like to think that, but at the end of the day, me and Jared are just here to have fun. I'm here to have fun and get in the ring and show what I can do. And best man wins. But yeah, I would like another finish. That'd be great.
Both times Jarrett fought twice for us now, and he's 1-1. And both times his opponents kind of said, "Man, I kind of underestimated that guy." He might not look like this typical fighter, but man, he really does. He'll be a good opponent for you, I think.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking forward to it. Again, I don't, I'm not a cocky guy. I try and be humble. Yeah, I'm there to have a good time and then, get in the ring and show what I can do. So.
Very good. Are you on weight? I mean, we're a little over 2 weeks out from this fight, but what does the next 2 weeks look like for you? Do you have a big weight cut? Do you adjust your training? How does that go?
Yeah, this one's at 190 now. The last two were at 185, so it's not as big as a jump. I'm not too worried about it. I'll cut the week before and I'll get those. I have like maybe 8 to 10 pounds to lose. It's nothing crazy. So that'll come off 3 or 4 days into that final week.
Very good, very good. Definitely looking forward again to seeing you fight and seeing you progress, and seeing all these guys in this card progress. The card is stacked. It's February 22nd. It's in Pottstown. I'm going to give you the last word, and then we'll get this video out so everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know Black Sheep's going to be there. I got a couple of people that I know from Black Sheep, so it'll be cool to see them fight. Sheamus and I have trained back in the day, so it'd be cool to see Sheamus get back in the ring. So it's gonna be cool. Yeah, it seems like a stacked card. I know Dylan Harnish is fighting, so he's been training with Christian here and there, so it's gonna be cool to see everybody fight. It's nice to be on a card where I know some people. So other than that, I'm excited. I hope a lot of people come out, and I hope it's a good venue.
All right, it's going to be an outstanding venue, and I look forward to seeing you fight. Mitch, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks, buddy.
Hey, thank you. We'll see you then, Gary.
All right, take care.
Take care.